Most men over 50 worry about sugar, red meat or supplements, but they miss one daily food choice that quietly works against their hormones. I hear it often. Energy is lower, strength fades, drive is not the same. Blood tests look normal, yet something feels off. I am a urologist and I work with men over 50 every day. In this video, I will show which common fruits can lower testosterone, which ones support it, and how to eat them right. Like the video and comment where you're watching from. After age 50, your body begins to handle certain foods differently, including fruit. Now, fruit isn't the enemy. It has nutrients, fiber, and natural compounds that can help the body. But for men in this stage of life, it's important to understand how fruit affects hormones, especially testosterone. One reason is how your body responds to fructose, the natural sugar found in most fruits. As we age, the liver becomes more sensitive to sugar loads. Fructose doesn't raise blood sugar like table sugar does, but it goes straight to the liver. When the liver gets more than it can handle, it converts the excess into fat. That's where the trouble begins. Fat stored around the belly and organs can send hormonal signals that lower testosterone and raise estrogen. It also creates inflammation, which further disrupts how the brain tells the body to make testosterone. Another issue is insulin. Many fruits, especially the sweeter ones, cause insulin levels to rise. High insulin over time makes your cells resistant, which also blunts testosterone production. So the fruit itself isn't harmful, but how often and how much you eat matters, especially if you're having fruit by itself or multiple servings in a short time. The good news is, once you understand the connection between fruit, insulin, and hormone balance, you don't have to avoid fruit completely. You can choose the right types, use better timing, and pair fruit with other foods to reduce its impact. The key is knowing that your body's hormone system is more sensitive now, and small changes can make a real difference. But not all fruits behave the same way in your body. Let's talk about 4 fruits that seem healthy, but can quietly work against testosterone, especially when eaten too often or in large portions. The first is grapes. Grapes are high in fructose and easy to overeat. A few handfuls can deliver a large sugar load, which the liver quickly converts to fat if not burned off. That fat, especially around the midsection, increases estrogen signals and suppresses testosterone. The second is bananas. While bananas do contain potassium, they also spike insulin more than most fruits. When eaten alone, especially first thing in the morning, bananas can push blood sugar up fast, leading to a hormonal dip a few hours later. The third fruit is apples. Many men think apples are a go-to healthy snack, but they have a high sugar load per piece and contain little fat or protein to balance them out. Eaten on an empty stomach or multiple times per day, apples can raise insulin and cause fluctuations in hormone balance. The fourth is orange juice, not the whole fruit, but the juice. Even if labelled 100% natural, juice removes the fibre that slows sugar absorption. That means a glass of juice hits the system fast, and for older men, this puts a sudden load on the liver and pancreas. Over time, it can raise inflammation markers that suppress testosterone and increase estrogen conversion. Now, this doesn't mean these fruits are toxic or off limits. The issue is how they're consumed. Whole fruit in moderate amounts paired with protein or fat is very different from eating fruit alone or in high volume. Your body can handle sugar better when it's slowed down and supported. So rather than cutting these fruits completely, the goal is to understand their effect and adjust how often and how much you eat them. As we continue, you'll see that even small shifts in when and how you eat fruit can protect your hormones and keep you feeling steady. And here's the part most men never hear: timing matters more than quantity. A lot of men over 50 are eating fruit with the best intentions, but making quiet mistakes that affect their hormones every day. One of the biggest is drinking fruit smoothies, especially in the morning. Blending fruit breaks down the fibre, making sugar absorb faster. That leads to a quick insulin spike, which can reduce testosterone levels over time. Another mistake is eating fruit on an empty stomach. Without protein or fat to slow digestion, even a healthy fruit can act like candy in the bloodstream. This sudden sugar hit tells the body to release insulin, and over time, that high insulin can block testosterone production in the testes. Dried fruit is another trap. It looks small, but it's concentrated. A few pieces of dried mango or raisins can contain the sugar of several full-sized fruits without the water or fiber to slow it down. And then there's combining fruit with refined carbs, like toast and jam, fruit and cereal, or even fruit with a muffin. That mix of fast carbs drives up blood sugar quickly, leading to a bigger insulin push. When this pattern repeats day after day, the body responds by storing more fat, raising estrogen levels, and lowering the brain's signal to produce testosterone. It's not about being perfect with food, it's about seeing how these little daily habits add up. Once men see the connection, they can fix it without giving up fruit. Just one change, like having fruit after a protein-rich meal instead of first thing in the morning, can lower the insulin load and protect hormone health. These are small moves, but they matter. Fixing this mistake alone can change how your body responds within weeks. Now let's look at 4 fruits that can actually support testosterone when used the right way. The first is pomegranate. This fruit contains natural compounds that support blood flow and reduce inflammation. Better blood flow means stronger signaling from the brain to the testes, which can help testosterone production. Pomegranate also has antioxidants that protect cells from stress, especially in men over 50. The second is avocado. Technically a fruit, avocado is rich in healthy fats and fiber. These fats are key for building testosterone since hormones are made from cholesterol. Avocados also help control blood sugar, which protects insulin balance. The third fruit is berries, especially blueberries and blackberries. They're low in sugar and high in compounds that fight inflammation. Berries help reduce oxidative stress, which can block hormone production if left unchecked. They also support the brain, which plays a key role in hormone signaling. The fourth is kiwi. Kiwi is rich in vitamin C, which helps reduce cortisol, the stress hormone that competes with testosterone. Kiwi also supports immune health and digestion, both of which affect how the body makes and uses hormones. But the way you eat these fruits matters just as much as the type. Have them in whole form, not juiced or dried. Pair them with a protein or fat like eggs, nuts, or plain yogurt to slow sugar absorption, and keep portions steady, about 1 small serving at a time. You don't need to overload your plate. The idea is to give your body nutrients without causing a sugar spike. These fruits can be added to a meal, not treated like dessert. For example, a few slices of avocado with eggs, or berries stirred into plain Greek yogurt. Small steps like this lower inflammation, improve hormone signals, and protect testosterone as you age. But fruit alone is not enough. How you eat it decides everything. Here's a simple, effective fruit protocol made for men over 50 who want to support their testosterone without giving up fruit. First, focus on timing. The best time to eat fruit is after a balanced meal, not first thing in the morning or on an empty stomach. This helps slow down how fast sugar enters your bloodstream. Next is portion size. 1 serving is usually enough. Think 1 small apple, half a banana, or a small bowl of berries. You don't need more than 1 to 2 servings per day. Then comes pairing. Always try to eat fruit with a source of protein or healthy fat. For example, berries with Greek yogurt or avocado with eggs. This keeps insulin levels steady and supports hormone balance. Finally, consider weekly rhythm. You don't need fruit every single day. A few times a week is enough, especially if you're choosing higher sugar fruits. On other days, focus more on vegetables or healthy fats for your nutrients. The goal isn't to follow strict rules or use apps to track everything. It's about giving your body what it needs without tipping it into hormonal stress. When you manage insulin, reduce sugar spikes, and keep your meals balanced, you create the right environment for testosterone to stay active. This protocol keeps it simple, flexible, and realistic. You're not avoiding fruit, you're using it wisely, and it fits into a normal routine without the need for supplements or special products. One final adjustment makes this protocol work even better. As we get older, the way our body handles sugar begins to affect our hormone levels, especially testosterone. Here's how it works. When we eat something sweet, including certain fruits, the sugar enters our blood. In response, the body releases insulin. Insulin helps move sugar from the blood into the cells. But when sugar comes in too often or in large amounts, the body starts to resist insulin's signal. This is called insulin resistance. Over time, insulin resistance leads to more fat storage, especially around the belly. Now, fat isn't just storage, it's active tissue. Belly fat sends out signals that increase estrogen and lower testosterone. It also creates inflammation, which puts stress on the liver and other organs. The liver plays a key role here. It helps process both sugar and hormones. When it's overworked by constant sugar intake, it can't keep up with normal hormone balance. That includes clearing out extra estrogen and supporting the production of testosterone. Another issue is that high insulin blocks the signal from the brain that tells the body to make testosterone. So even if your testes are healthy, the message from your brain may not get through. This is why many men in their 50s feel low energy, reduced strength, or a drop in drive, even when their lab tests are in the normal range. It's not about failure. Your body is responding to repeated signals, and sugar is one of the strongest. This doesn't mean all sugar is bad or that you can't enjoy fruit, but it does mean that smarter choices matter more now. By choosing the right fruits, eating them at the right times, and keeping sugar in check, you're not just avoiding problems, you're helping your body work the way it's meant to. That's how fruit becomes part of the solution, not the problem. If you're in your 50s or beyond and feeling changes in your energy, strength, or focus, it's important to know this. Your body isn't broken, it's adapting. Aging brings shifts in hormones, metabolism, and how your body responds to food. That's not a failure, it's a signal. Testosterone naturally changes with age, but those changes aren't the end of the story. In fact, your body still listens. It still responds when you give it the right inputs. Small shifts, like when and how you eat fruit, can move hormone levels in a better direction. These aren't extreme measures, they're simple habits that respect the way your system works now. There's no shame in needing to adjust. Every man goes through this. What matters is what you do with the information. By learning how your body works today, not how it worked at 30, you can take smart, steady steps forward. You don't need to feel stuck or behind. You're not too late. You're in the perfect place to begin. With calm, clear changes, your body can do what it was built to do: adapt, rebuild, and stay strong. Close with a calm, confident reminder that small changes give men control over their hormone health. Reinforce the idea that food is not the enemy, it's a message. The way you eat tells your body how to respond. Encourage viewers to see this as an opportunity, not a burden. Invite them to share in the comments. Which fruits do they eat most? Have they noticed any changes after making adjustments? Let them know their questions are welcome. Mention subscribing to the channel for more doctor-led guidance designed for men over 50. Simple, science-based, and practical. Then gently tease the next video, a surprising everyday food group that also plays a quiet but powerful role in testosterone levels. And most men have no idea it's affecting them. This keeps interest and curiosity open for what's next, without pressure or hype.